Today, we read diving deep into a topic that is generating a lot of discussion across California. The new gun law is set to take effect in 2026. Whether you're a gun owner, a concerned citizen, or just someone trying to stay informed, we're going to break down the key changes, what they mean for you, and why it's crucial to understand them now, well ahead of the deadline. It's about providing clear, factual information so you can be prepared. First up, let's talk about one of the most significant pieces of this legislative package, Senate Bill 2, or SB 2. This law is set to dramatically change where a person with a concealed carry weapon, or CCW permit, can legally carry a firearm. The list of sensitive places where firearms will be prohibited is extensive. We're talking about schools, universities, government buildings, medical facilities, airports, and public transit systems. It also includes places that serve alcohol for on-site consumption, like bars and restaurants, as well as public parks, playgrounds, and even privately owned businesses that are open to the public, unless the owner explicitly posts a sign saying that firearms are welcome. What does this mean in practical terms? Well, it significantly curtails the areas where a CCW holder can carry. For many permit holders, the new restrictions will make it challenging to carry a firearm for self-defense throughout their daily routine. Imagine going to the grocery store, then to a restaurant, and then to a park with your kids. Under SB 2, you'd be moving in and out of prohibited zones. The law's intention is to reduce the presence of firearms in public spaces, but critics argue it effectively disarms law-abiding citizens in areas where they might need protection the most. It's a fundamental shift from the previous rules, and it's going to require a big adjustment for California's CCW holders. We're still waiting to see the full impact and any legal challenges that will undoubtedly arise. But the text of the law is clear. The landscape of where you can carry is shrinking. Now, let's shift gears to another major component of these new laws, Assembly Bill 28, or AB 28. This is a big one because it introduces a new statewide excise tax on all firearms and ammunition sold in California, starting on July 1, 2024. An 11% tax will be levied on the gross receipts of retailers and manufacturers from the sale of guns and ammo. This is in addition to existing sales taxes. So, if you're buying a firearm or stocking up on ammunition, you're going to see a noticeable price increase. Where is all this money going? According to the bill, the revenue generated from this tax will be deposited into the Gun Violence Prevention and School Safety Fund. The funds are specifically earmarked for various programs aimed at preventing gun violence and improving school security. This includes initiatives like school mental health services, violence intervention programs in communities, firearm safety, education, and research into the causes and prevention of gun violence. On the other hand, opponents contend that it unfairly penalizes legal gun owners and retailers, making it more expensive for law-abiding citizens to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Regardless of your perspective, if you're a gun owner in California, this new tax will directly affect your wallet starting very soon. Beyond the major changes we've discussed with SB 2 and AB 28, there are several other new laws that are part of this package, creating a more complex regulatory environment for gun owners. Let's touch on a few of them. First, there's a law that enhances the requirements for firearm storage. It strengthens existing regulations to prevent unauthorized access, particularly by children or prohibited individuals. This means gun owners will need to be even more diligent about how they secure their firearms at home, using approved safes or lockboxes. Another new law aims to stem the flow of ghost guns by regulating the sale of firearm precursor parts. Those are the components that can be used to build an unserialized firearm at home. The regulations are becoming much stricter, aligning them more closely with the rules for purchasing a fully assembled firearm. We also have legislation that refines the state's red flag laws, also known as gun violence restraining orders. These laws allow family members, employers, or law enforcement to petition a court to temporarily remove firearms from someone deemed a danger to themselves or others. The new legislation expands the list of people who can file these petitions, making the process more accessible. Finally, there's a new law that requires firearms dealers to have specific security measures in place at their stores, such as video surveillance systems to deter theft. All of these laws, when taken together, represent a comprehensive effort by the state to tighten control over firearms from multiple angles, from where they can be carried to how they are taxed, stored, and sold. The most important thing is to stay informed and understand how these changes will personally affect you. If you are a CCW permit holder, you need to meticulously study the new list of sensitive places under SB2. Ignorance of the law is not a defense, and carrying in a newly prohibited area could lead to serious legal consequences. It might be a good idea to map out your regular routes and destinations to see where you can and cannot legally carry starting in 2026. If you're planning on purchasing a firearm or ammunition, be prepared for the 11% excise tax from AB 28. This will be a significant price increase, so factor that into your budget. For all gun owners, it's a good time to review your home storage setup. Ensure your firearms are secured in a way that complies with the enhanced storage requirements. Use a state-approved gun safe or lock, especially minors, can access them. It's also crucial to be aware of the ongoing legal battles. Many of these laws, particularly SB2, are facing strong challenges in court on Second Amendment grounds. The legal landscape is still fluid, and some of these provisions could be altered or struck down by judges before they even take full effect. Following reputable legal sources and gun rights organizations can help you stay up to date on the latest developments. Preparation is key. Start educating yourself now. As we look ahead, it's clear that the legal and social environment around gun ownership in California will continue to evolve. The laws taking effect in 2026 represent one of the most significant shifts in state firearm policy in recent history. Proponents see these measures as vital steps toward public safety, designed to reduce gun violence and save lives. They argue that stricter regulations are necessary to address the unique challenges of gun violence in a densely populated state. On the other side, opponents and many gun owners view these laws as an infringement on their constitutional rights, arguing that they place undue burdens on law-abiding citizens without effectively targeting criminals. They contend that these restrictions will not deter those with malicious intent and will only make it harder for responsible individuals to protect themselves and their families. This ongoing tension between public safety concerns and Second Amendment rights is at the heart of the debate. As these laws are implemented and challenged in court, the discussion will certainly intensify. What's important for everyone, regardless of their position, is to engage with the facts, understand the specifics of the legislation, follow the legal proceedings, and be aware of how these changes will impact daily life for gun owners and the broader community. The future of gun laws in California is being shaped right now, and staying informed is the best way to navigate what's to come. That wraps up our overview of California's new 2026 gun laws. We've covered the new restrictions on concealed carry locations under SB2, the 11% excise tax on firearms and ammo from AB 28, and other important changes related to storage, ghost guns, and red flag laws. This is complex stuff, and our goal today was to break it down into clear, understandable information to help you prepare. Remember, these laws are subject to legal challenges, so things could change. We LLB keeping a close eye on all the developments and will bring you updates as they happen. We hope this video was helpful and informative. If you have questions, please drop them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to address them in future videos. Please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more updates and in-depth analysis.